and you kind of find yourself in between the whole, am I ace? Am I something else? I don't know. That could be a really good sign that you are greysexual. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, how are you? If you're coming back, thank you so much for coming back. I just want to let you know that all of my socials are in the description, my Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Redbubble, and Patreon if you like to support this channel. Also, I just want to remind you to smash that like button, turn on notifications if you like to see more LGBTQ+ content from this face right here. So let's get into the video. So I've talked about 5 signs that you might be asexual and 5 signs that you might be demisexual on this channel before. So I thought, why not give all of you 5 signs that you might be greysexual. I know I've had a few people in the comments ask me to do a video on greysexuality, so that is what we are doing today. Just so you all know, I am planning on doing more gray, demi, and other identities under the asexual spectrum just in general, so look out for those. I did have to do some research on greysexuality, and I will be linking those in the description box below, so let's get into it. The first sign that you might be greysexual is that you experience sexual attraction just very infrequently. Now, this not only is a sign that you're a greysexual, but it's actually the definition of greysexuality. Greysexuality literally refers to the gray area of the asexual spectrum and is defined as experiencing sexual attraction infrequently, at low intensity, or in an ambiguous way. Honestly, it might help to think of greysexual folks as predominantly asexual for the majority of their lives, but having infrequent periods where they do have sexual attraction. But outside of these periods of sexual attraction, they are essentially pretty much identical to people who are asexual. So yeah, if that resonates with you, could be a sign that you are greysexual. The second sign that you might be greysexual is that you don't prioritize sex. Now, I do feel like this is a sign for a lot of people on the asexual spectrum, and it really can be applied to greysexuals as well. Not having the desire or being perfectly fine with infrequent sex both in and outside of a relationship could be a sign that you're greysexual. Now, I do know that there will be people that are like, of course it shouldn't be that much of a priority. Why are you making everything about sex? And first of all, I would like to say that the majority of our society that we live in really does make everything about sex and pushes it on people from a very young age. And second, allosexual people genuinely do prioritize sex. I don't know about you, but I've been told by multiple people and heard it from multiple people that they would rather do things on the first or second date to quote unquote know if it's going to work out or not. Asexual people don't feel that way. By the way, this is in no way me trying to slut shame or do anything like that. I'm literally just trying to show the difference between people who are on the asexual spectrum and allosexuals. So yes, people who are greysexual and don't prioritize sex both inside and outside of a relationship aren't trying to be special snowflakes. It's literally their sexual orientation. And yes, it can be a very good sign. The third sign that you might be greysexual is you might feel sexual attraction, but it's very weak. For a lot of greysexual people, it isn't like going from 0 to 9 or 10 feeling sexual attraction. It's more like 0 to 2 or 3. Now, I really do want to take this moment to talk about the difference between sexual attraction and libido, because a lot of people when talking about asexuals kind of get confused about that. Libido is your body's readiness to do certain activities, and sexual attraction is looking at someone and saying, heyo, I want to do those activities with you. So when people who are on the asexual spectrum, specifically greysexuals and demisexuals, are talking about the sexual attraction they do experience, like I said earlier, it's not always to the intensity that a lot of allosexual people do. It's more like 2 to 3 on the scale of sexual attraction, if that makes sense. It literally has nothing to do with their libido. They're 2 separate things. Just wanted to clear that up for people because I know sometimes it's hard when we're talking about this kind of stuff. So if you do sometimes feel sexual attraction, but it's very, very weak and you're like, am I actually feeling this? Could be a sign that you're greysexual. The fourth sign that you might be greysexual is not being able to tell what you're feeling is sexual attraction or not. I think a lot of people on the asexual spectrum can relate specifically to this point because a lot of times it's hard for us to tell the difference between the attractions we're feeling and mistake the other attractions for sexual attraction, and they all kind of just blendy-wendy together, and it's a thing. And I definitely think Greysexuals can relate to this because Greysexuals do feel sexual attraction sometimes, but not as frequently as allosexuals. It definitely can be hard sometimes to be like, oh, am I feeling sexual attraction, or am I feeling romantic attraction, or platonic attraction, or aesthetic attraction? I know that when I was younger, mistook aesthetic attraction for sexual attraction. Wasn't feeling sexual attraction. Those are the two that I mix up a lot. So not being able to tell the difference, or when you are feeling sexual attraction and are like questioning it, could be a sign that you are Greysexual. And the fifth and final sign that you might be Greysexual is that you're not quite ace, but you're not allosexual either. Honestly, I think this might be the biggest sign that you are Greysexual. The feeling of, I don't really fit under the asexual label, but I wouldn't really put myself under any other sexual orientation because they don't fit either. Or at least you don't fit under them all of the time. Like, the whole point of Greysexual is that you do feel sexual attraction, it's just infrequently. If you do feel sexual attraction and you label yourself under another orientation because you do feel like that, that's completely valid. Plus, there are other attractions that can put you under those orientations as well, like romantic, platonic, sensual, aesthetic attractions. Just because you don't experience sexual attraction or have it infrequently doesn't mean you can't be gay, pan, bi, whatever. And it's not like you're not sexually attracted to the opposite gender or the same gender, but your sexual attraction is infrequent or is low enough that it has you doubting what your actual sexual orientation is. And you kind of find yourself in between the whole, am I ace? Am I something else? I don't know. So yeah, that could be a really good sign that you are Greysexual. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope this helped anyone out there who is questioning whether or not they are Greysexual. Let me know in the comments down below if any of these signs helped you or what signs helped you figure out that you were Grey Ace. Also, before I go, I just want to shout out two of my amazing Patreons, Andy and Lane. Thank you so much for your support. I wouldn't be doing this without you. I absolutely appreciate all you do for me and being there, and thank you so much. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's in the description box below. It's the best way to support me so that I'm able to do this full time for all of you. I have 4 tiers ranging from $1 to $14, perks to behind the scenes stuff, merch designs and art, scripts for the videos that I'm going to be doing, and early access to YouTube videos. So if that's of interest to you, please check it out in the description. Thank you all again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!